What would you do if you were told you were most certainly going to die? Would you accept your fate, or would you do anything in your power to stay alive? For many of you, I know this isn't a hypothetical question. In fact, it is the reality of your life. Even if you were diagnosed with early-stage cancer, once you hear that C word, your view of your mortality is forever changed. I'm Tami Boehmer, a wife, mother, author, blogger, and stage 4 breast cancer survivor. In February 2008, I heard those words from a well-respected oncologist in the #2 cancer center in the nation. The stage 2 breast cancer that I thought I had beat 5 years previously had come back with a vengeance, spreading to my armpit, chest lymph nodes, and my liver. I traveled all the way from Ohio to Texas looking for hope and instead received a death sentence. My husband Mike squeezed my hand as we both started to cry. I knew my prognosis, but actually hearing "you will die of breast cancer" was devastating. What about my daughter? She was only in 3rd grade. She needed me, and I needed to be there for her. It all seemed so unreal. Then, this little seed of strength emerged, and I said, "I'm too stubborn to die." Hey, I'm a Taurus, and I always have to be right. Just ask my husband. I had to prove her wrong, and to tell you the truth, she kind of pissed me off. So I quit my stressful job and decided taking care of Tami was going to be my new career. In the midst of doing everything I could to stay alive, I did surgery to remove the lump in my armpit, chemo, an anti-cancer diet, prayer, meditation, affirmations, you name it. I started to feel depressed. Frankly, taking care of Tami was getting kind of boring, and it gave me way too much time to think and worry about my impending demise. Every day, I felt like I was desperately trying to dig out of a hole. I knew I had to keep it together for my daughter and my husband. Finally, something shifted. My idea for my second act came during a family fishing vacation in Canada. As I was walking around the beautiful lake, I reflected on my career and what inspired me. I come from a journalism background, and I worked in public relations, ironically in healthcare, for more than 20 years. I loved writing stories of people overcoming health obstacles. So I thought, what if I could find what I called miracle survivors? Other people who had advanced cancer and were told they were going to die sooner, not later, but they didn't. Having hope is a terrible place to be. You feel like you're drowning in an ocean waiting to die. I wanted to hear and share these stories to rescue myself and others. With each interview, when I started talking to these amazing people, I felt my hope grow. Eventually, I published my first book, From Incurable to Incurable, which includes a collection of 27 stories of people representing all different types of stage 4 cancer who overcame the odds. I've interviewed and connected with more than 100 people with advanced cancer and who have lived years beyond what was predicted by grim statistics. Some of them have been living with no evidence of disease for years, even decades. This past November, I released my second book, Miracle Survivors. There are more stories and proof that there is always hope no matter what, no matter how dire the diagnosis. I consider my work my mission in life. I always make myself available to help fellow stage 4 survivors, and I try to help educate the public what it means to have metastatic breast cancer and the need for more research dollars. Sadly, I've lost many friends, including a few people who are in my books. That is the reality of this disease. It is for them that I keep on fighting. My message isn't just about cancer. It's about overcoming. It's about going through fear instead of hiding from it. It's about giving and receiving and turning a negative situation into something positive. When it comes right down to it, it's about living and loving, even in the worst of circumstances. Me, I'm still living with cancer. I'm doing well, but my life is uncertain. Every few months, I go into a scanner and see if my treatment is working. In fact, I just had a scan last week, and I'm waiting for the results. Part of my second act is learning to be my own advocate and teaching others to do the same. I research new treatments and trials, get second, third, fourth opinions, and ask plenty of informed questions. My view is that no one is as committed to saving my life than me, and I believe that is one of the reasons I'm beating the odds. Before cancer, I would have never predicted that I'd be a published author and speaker. I used to be incredibly shy and unsure of myself. I finally feel like I'm doing work that I feel passionate about, and I'm making a difference by advocating for other stage 4 survivors. Cancer has peeled away many fears about what others think of me. I know if I can stand here today, more than 7 years after receiving a death sentence, the trivial things such as embarrassing myself in front of you guys are really nothing. I feel as if I can go to any part of the country and I will have friends to visit. There is a circle of giving and receiving in the cancer community that is like no other. I experienced how kind people, even total strangers, can be when you need help the most. Cancer has taught me to be vulnerable once in a while and accept this help. I don't always have to be strong. My daughter was 3 when I was first diagnosed in 2002 with stage 2 cancer. Now she is 16, and she has just completed her sophomore year of high school. I don't know if I would be as incredibly touched by each of her milestones: her first school band performance, her first boyfriend, her learning to drive. That is really thrilling. If I didn't hear the words, "You will certainly die of breast cancer." I don't say my cancer was a gift, because if it was, I'd probably return it, but the experience and opportunities that have come to me since hearing those words has certainly brought many gifts to my life. I believe my second act, sharing my story and those of others, is helping to save my life. And for that, I'm very grateful. Thank you.